All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to break down a really powerful method for taking notes, especially in those tough university lectures, and help you turn all that confusion into total clarity.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You walk out of the lecture hall, your notebook's a complete mess, and you just have that sinking feeling that you completely missed the important stuff. Look, it's a super common anxiety, but here's the good news. We can totally fix it. So first things first, let's just admit it's a real problem. It's not just you. The whole way university lectures are set up can be incredibly overwhelming, and that's especially true if you're studying in a second language. And this really breaks down why it feels so hard. I mean, professors are often talking a mile a minute, throwing out specialized words you might be hearing for the very first time. Just trying to figure out what's important while you're scrambling to keep up, it can feel impossible. And to top it all off, a lot of professors don't even allow laptops or recorders, so it all comes down to you and your pen.
Yeah, and this number really puts it all into perspective. We're not talking about some quick 30-minute chat. University lectures can be 2, sometimes even 3 hours long. That's a marathon of pure concentration. If you don't have a strategy, it's no wonder you feel completely drained and lost by the end.
So how do we fix this? Well, the solution actually starts before you even walk into that lecture hall. It all comes down to preparation. And here it is, the key insight. You win half the battle before the lecture even starts. I mean, if you walk in cold, you're just making it so much harder on yourself. The real smart work begins long before class does. Look, by just reading the assigned material before you go, you're giving yourself this huge head start. You'll already have a feel for the topic and the key vocabulary, and that frees up so much brain power during the lecture. Instead of desperately trying to write down every single word, you can actually listen and focus only on the new stuff and the deeper insights your professor is giving. All right, so you've done your prep. Now you need a system to actually capture the information. And let me tell you, one of the best, most powerful methods ever invented for this is the Cornell Note-Taking system.
Now, this isn't just about, scribbling stuff down. It's an active learning system. It literally transforms a blank piece of paper into a powerful tool for recording, organizing, and studying, all in one spot.
And here's how it's laid out. It's super simple. You divide your page into 3 sections. That big area on the right, that's for your notes during the lecture. The smaller column on the left is for keywords and questions that you'll fill in later. And that little section at the bottom is for your summary. Every part has a job to do. The beauty of this is how simple the process is. Step 1. In the lecture, you just record your notes in that main area. Step 2. After class, you go back and pull out the main ideas or questions into that left-hand cue column. And step 3, you boil the whole page down to a 1 or 2 sentence summary at the bottom. Record, cue, summarize. That's the whole game.
Okay, and this next tip, it's an absolute game changer, especially if you're an ESL student. You don't have to force yourself to do everything in English from the get-go. You can actually use your first language as a powerful tool. Here's the trick. Be strategic. Use English for all that official academic stuff, the vocabulary, the key terms you'll need for your exams. But when you get to the really complex ideas, the stuff you need to really understand, don't be afraid to switch back to your first language. Seriously, this hybrid approach helps you master the new terms while making sure you actually get the concepts. So, okay, the system is great, but it's not just about what's on the paper. It's about what you're listening for. Your professor is constantly giving you little clues about what's important. You just have to learn to hear them. I mean, this is the big one, right? The classic. When you hear this or anything like it, this is important, or make sure you understand this, that should be your signal to start writing. Also listen for when they repeat an idea or when their voice gets louder or more intense. Those are all giant flashing signs saying, hey, write this down. All right, so you made it through the lecture, you've got your notes, but hold on, you're not done yet. This next part is actually where the real magic happens. This is where we turn those raw notes into knowledge that actually sticks. You have to remember, that first 24 hours after a lecture is absolutely crucial for your memory. This is your window to complete the Cornell process. You've got to review your notes, fill in any little gaps, and then, and this is the most important part, fill out that cue column and write the summary. Doing this is what really locks that information into your memory. And this is the payoff. This is where your notes transform from just, a bunch of words into an actual active study tool. You can cover up the main notes section and quiz yourself using the keywords in the cue column. You can scan your summaries to get a quick overview of the main topics. And you can see right away which areas you're still a little shaky on.
So at the end of the day, this is way more than just a little trick for passing one class. Mastering a system like this is a core academic skill. This is something that's going to serve you for your entire time at university, and honestly, for the rest of your career.
So now you have this system, this tool. The power is back in your hands. It's not about just trying to survive the lecture anymore, it's about owning it. So the real question is, what are you going to do to take control of your next one?